She was long in corporate America, said goodbye to her boss, and decided to start her own business by jumping into the online space. Online courses was the one opportunity that she was able to actually create an income from. She figured if she could create a great lifestyle from online courses, she should show others. So she opened up the doors to Corporate Countdown, where she shows people how to take what they already know and package it into profitable online courses so they can create a passive stream of income. I warmly welcome Angelic Marnier. Welcome to BrandsTalk.
Yep,
I think we are in the same city right now. You're in Los Angeles, I'm in Los Angeles. You're north, I'm south. Yeah,
Yes,
in the right time zone. All
it
right.
all works.
Yeah. I'm really happy you're here today, Angelique, because there are so many questions around how we can monetize our genius with a passive stream of income as a digital CEO. So before we
Right.
go into that, could you tell us a little bit about your background, about your journey that brought you right here where you are now? What's your story, Angelique?
Yes, well, thank you for having me, Bridget, first and foremost. So I'm so excited to be on today. I'm excited to talk about this topic. Yeah, excited and grateful to you to allow me to be able to talk to your platform and to your people. So yeah, let's jump into it. So yeah, my background, I probably, like a lot of people, started off in corporate America. And great things, learned a lot in corporate America. Glad I did it. But what I did notice is that I was very stressed out, very stressed out. I did mortgages, and there's a lot of, it's commission based. There's a lot of, just, it's very high pace. And every month you start off at zero and you have to fill your pipeline up with loans and close them. And that was just a lot of stress to me. And I was spending a lot of time there. Like, I would get there at like 9 and not leave till like 8 o'clock at night and still have a ton of emails I hadn't gotten to, a ton of files. So I just didn't like that lifestyle. And Bridget, to be honest, like really transparent, I went to a doctor's appointment and found out that I was diagnosed with blood pressure issues. And so that is when I knew I couldn't allow a job that I didn't even own. I couldn't allow that to affect my health because I'm not going to die for a job. So that's really what propelled me to figure out, okay, what can I do? I jumped into the online space. I looked online. What can I do? Tried a lot of things. Tried drop shipping. Tried affiliate marketing. Tried doing life insurance online. Like, when I say I tried a lot of things, I really wanted to make it. And like you said in that intro, the one thing I was actually able to get going, because I would have probably had to go back to corporate America, I started creating online courses and then showing my family. They started kind of getting into it. Then I'm like, okay, I got something here. And that's really how I got into showing other people how to take what they already know. Like, I don't want people to think they need to go back to school or anything like that. I really want to show people how to package what they already know and turn that into online courses. And my goal with all of my clients is to get them to a 6-figure income.
Wow, that is a journey, and that is very brave and courageous to really leave corporate America, leave a job that you monthly, you get your income, you get paid,
Right.
and to start your own business. You had this intention to start it, and what was the big why, your purpose that you wanted to start it? And not only that, but how was your transformation from an employee's mindset into a business owner's mindset?
Oh, that's a great question. So my big why at that time was really just, I wanted some freedom to my life. I didn't want to always have to be so indebted to this computer and to email. Like, that was my big why. Also, just full transparency, my mom had gotten very ill at the time. And so if I hadn't figured out how to get online, I never would have been able to be her caretaker, because I would have been, having to clock in at my job and go to meetings. They would have never allowed me the freedom and flexibility. So I was able to take my mom to every doctor's appointment. Anything that she needed for me to be, I was able to be. That's also a big why. My mom is like a big part of my life. So that was a big portion of it, I have to say. And then the transformation, I just have to say that when I got into the online space, I worked it the same way as I worked my 9 to 5. So I wasn't taking like leisure lunches and, going to the beach every day, like, oh, I'm self-employed. No, because if you look at your bank account, when that check is not coming in every month, you're like, I gotta run, I gotta go. The mindset really was, okay, how am I going to manage the money that I have? Because I only had a certain amount of money. So that was a big transition when that check is not coming in. So that was a transition. And then also I had to click into, it's just on me. I didn't have a manager anymore to ask questions to. I didn't have my coworkers to bounce ideas off of and encourage me. Like, it really was just me. And I had a coach at the time. But still, you're used to having a manager every single day. A coach is going to be there maybe once a week or something. So it really was transitioning into betting on yourself and really leaning into what I had learned in corporate America to make good decisions as an entrepreneur.
All right, you're not the only one who is starting his or her online business. And due to this great resignation that has been happening the last, let's say, 2 years or more, we see many employees quitting their jobs, starting their own business as a digital CEO, providing know-how in form of online courses and workshops and webinars and one-on-one, etc. What are the top industries or the fields of expertise that are high in demand right now? And what can someone create a course about that will sell in today's market?
Ooh, love this question. Okay, so I'm going to give you three. So the health space, because everybody's trying to figure out how to get more ripped or how to get better abs or how to grow their hair or, how to get rid of high blood pressure or cholesterol issues. Everybody's trying to fit into their skinny jeans. Like, everybody trying to get rid of any weight that they, packed on during COVID. Like, everybody's trying to figure out how to become a vegan or do a keto diet. Like, when I tell you the health space is huge, you guys. So that's a great area. If you have, maybe you've gotten over some social diet, maybe you have figured out how to have a vegan diet and you've figured out some great recipes. These are things you can create a course about. Like, that's a huge one. Or maybe you figured out how to jump rope to, lose weight, like whatever that, an online course. Another one is wealth. When I tell you wealth is huge, everybody wants to know how to get into crypto or how to retire early or what else, how to get into real estate, how to flip a home, how to get into the stock market. You got everybody, people want to know this information. How to, like I said, how to retire early is a really big one right now. Even how to start in a new lane as a job. So maybe you were at one time in product development, now you want to get into makeup or anything like that, like how to move from one industry to the next. So these are the things. Wealth is a huge one. And then LOVE, love, is a great space to get into as well. Everybody's trying to figure out how to get into love, get out of love, get a divorce, adopt a child, how to do better in online dating. I don't know if you know, but during COVID, a lot of people got divorced. So a lot of people need help with divorce, heartbreak, even how to connect as a family. A lot of people were home, right, during COVID. And now you're starting to go, but you still want to stay connected. People want to know how to get their kids off of social media and really, interact with them as a family. So love, or maybe you're trying, like I said, adopt, or maybe you're trying to have a child. These things are big. So health, wealth, love. And I gave you great examples that you can create a course about right now. Some of you guys are great parents, great co-parents. These are courses that you can come out with right now. Like, I'm being honest because I work in this space and I have clients that are doing these right now and they're doing really well.
Okay, so these are great topics we can pick up and create a course right now. But in order to do that, do we have to be an expert? Yeah, to really make money with these online courses? And what do potential clients who are interested in an online way of learning? Is it top quality experts, academics, or do they love to learn from someone who has gone the same path before, who has made the same experience to some extent? And going through the same thing? How do you see that?
Great question. So do you have to be an expert? No. So when I got started in courses, I didn't have a long resume. I came from mortgages. So why would anybody even listen to me, right? So I had to, I wasn't an expert by any means, but but what I was able to do was show other people who had taken my course, who I had helped, and how they got results. So if you have been, working with kids for a long time, or you've helped other people with their resumes, or you did start your own food truck, that's all you need. All you have to do, Bridget, is really be 10 steps or 5 steps ahead of your client and you are their go-to, you are their guru. You're asking like, who do people want to learn from? Everybody's different. So maybe some people do want to learn from people who are academics, but the majority of people want to work with people like you and I who have been where they're at right now. Like, you don't have to be Tony Robbins or Oprah. Like, I'm telling you guys, like, you don't. People would rather work with you because you actually understand them. Like, could you really ask Oprah, like, right now, like, how to become a journalist? Like, that's not, you would rather probably talk to somebody who's a little bit just further than you are. You would feel more comfortable, and they have a similar story, and they're closer to where you're at right now. So they remember the nuances. Oprah's not going to remember the tough times she had. She's a billionaire now. Like, but if somebody else who's a little bit newer but has gotten to where you want to get to, you probably want to learn from them. But you might want to learn from an academic, and that's fine too. They're probably not going to coach you the same. You're not going to probably get as much interaction from them, but you could do that as well. But everybody's going to have their specific person. When you create the course, just be you. If you're academic, be an academic. If you're nerdy, be nerdy. If you're funny, be funny. If you're high energy, be high energy. If you're not high energy, just be you. And whoever gravitates towards you is who you're meant to work with. Like attracts like. Like, I'm not going to get everybody. Everybody's not going to want to work with me. But the people who do identify with my story and with my look and my personality and what I've been through, that too, I'm going to attract, and I'm okay with that.
Yeah, absolutely. Like attracts like. So, how do we get our word out? Usually, most newly minted entrepreneurs don't have an email list, or maybe a small one only, right? Can you monetize even though you don't have this huge audience, such as this huge list? How can we generate leads if we have this small email list only? If we want to grow
I love this
organically, because there are two ways, right? Organically,
yes.
it's one way, and then we can run Facebook, Instagram ads, or any other ads. So can you show us or tell us if we want to go either this route or the other route? What can we do?
Right. So I would say when you're first starting out, if you have, you're either going to have to give either some time or some money. So most of the clients that I work with, they don't have a whole lot of money to put towards ads. So we are very much concentrating on organic ways to grow. When I started, I had zero, no email list. I did not have a following on social media. I was so busy at my job, I didn't even do social media. So to be honest, I didn't have a following on social media. I didn't know how to do a live. I didn't really know how to post. So if you're like I was and you don't have anybody, I get you. And even if you do have a big following now, I can help you as well. But bottom line is, if you don't have a lot of money, what you can do organically is you can go on live and help people with issues. Like, you can say, hey, ask me anything about, how to do makeup, or ask me anything about how to boost your metabolism. You can ask, and people will ask questions. And that's a great way to organically grow your following. It allows people to get to know you better. Now they start to like you. Now they trust you. Now they are more willing to buy your course. So one of the greatest things you can do is go live. And the second thing you can do right now that's working really well is collaborate. Like how Bridget and I, we're collaborating right now. You guys can do the exact same thing. You can collaborate with other people who have a similar audience or audience you like to work with. So like, maybe if you're a Pilates instructor, maybe you connect with a meditation coach. You guys kind of have audiences, and now you guys are cross populating. Like, maybe the Pilates person has 5,000 followers and you have 500. Now that's 5,000 new eyeballs you're getting in front of for free. That is bananas, you guys. That is the best way. And if you can just maybe you can get five people out of that 5,000 to buy your course, that's phenomenal. So those are the two things that I would say right now. Go live and collaborate. Those are free ways to do it. If you have no time and you want to spend money, definitely look into Facebook ads. Google ads are doing really well right now. YouTube ads are doing great. Instagram, even you can do ads on TikTok right now. And I don't think those are that expensive, and they'll do pretty well. I don't dig too much into the paid side of it. I'm very much organic based. I've been able to grow my company to a 6-figure income without really doing too many ads. So I'm more focused on organic because that's the way I learned how to do it. But please believe that soon I'll do a whole lot of, ads as well. But for right now, we're pretty much organic, and you can get to 6 figures for sure organically. Meaning, when you sell a course, first, you get all of that money.
Mhm.
You don't have to decide like, first I gotta shave off the top because I spent this much in ads. Like all that money is coming into your pocket, and it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah. If you do it organically, it just takes a little bit more time,
It does.
the effort,
It does.
right? It really depends on your situation. But at the end of the day, the whole idea is really to actually get our freedom and our
Right.
flexibility while creating this massive impact and help others,
Yes.
yeah, out there
Yes.
in this world, right? But at the beginning,
Yep. I agree.
when you start with your business, when you start as an entrepreneur, you don't have the freedom and you don't have the flexibility. It's a roller coaster ride. You are doing all these kind of things. And there is this two ways of offering online courses. The one way where you actually live launch, where you are in the whole thing, where you're doing your live question and answers, your hot seats, your office hours, you're teaching it in a workshop style course. But then
Mhm.
there's the other way, this evergreen. So you are
Right.
basically out of the whole thing. It's a passive stream of income. You put a course online and it basically runs by itself automatically
Yes.
on autopilot. There is this saying by the experts out there that you need to live launch at least 3 times in order to get a course on evergreen. What is your take on that?
I probably come from a contrary view, and that's just because that's
Mhm.
not how I was taught to do it. So I went evergreen out the gate, and it did take a little while, but then I started getting traction. And so I just like evergreen because it's just that it's evergreen. It is passive income. The bottom line here is that yes, as entrepreneurs, we didn't get to want to be entrepreneurs so we could sit at our desk and live launch and do it 3 times. Like that's not what we got into it for. So again, I just come from a different perspective. And the bottom line, it has worked for me. And Evergreen is great because I can create the course one time, but I can sell it infinitely over and over again, meaning that I can be right here in LA and somebody in Tokyo is buying it, somebody in Dubai is buying it. I don't have to be there. I don't have to live coach or anything like that. So I like Evergreen. I like a live session as well. I do those as well, but Evergreen is always going to be my go to.
How would you market your evergreen when it comes to messaging? You have your course ready to go,
So
you
we
have
also,
a page. So how would I start the process?
yeah, if I were working with somebody to help them market it, first we would have figured out, and this is part of my process. First, I want to figure out what are the pain points, like what are the issues that this particular audience is having issues with. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna figure out that, and I'm gonna go for the jugular. I'm gonna go there and I'm gonna twist the knife a little bit. Like, are you having trouble, growing your hair? Are you waking up in the middle of the night? Are you washing your hair at night? Are you seeing blobs come out? I got a fix for that. Or are you feeling bad because, you've got these acne scars? Hey, let me help you out with that. So I'm going to figure out what the pain point is, and I'm going to go for that pain point and let them know that I've got a great way to help them out with that. So that's how I would market it, and that's what my messaging would be. And you keep it very concise, right? We don't want to go into I've got 10 modules and I've got live videos. We don't want to do that. We just want to let them know, hey, if you got this issue, I've got a hack for that. Boom. You want to keep it very concise, and that way you don't confuse them at all. And then once they go through the course and they get the transformation, then we're going to get testimonials from them, and that's brilliant marketing, right? Like once you get the testimonials, you're just going to snowball from there. So I'm going to take the pain point, create messaging around that, start helping people actually get to a result. Once I get the result, ask them for a testimonial, and I start using that testimonial as a way to market. All organic, all free.
Okay. That's great advice. Thank you so much, Angelic. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And when it
Yes,
comes
yes,
to
yes.
creating this online course, how much time
Mhm.
someone need to commit to creating a digital course?
That is a great question. So, my clients who get done in like 4 to 5 weeks with their courses, they're putting in about an hour a day, and then they are putting about 2 or 3 hours on the weekend.
Okay. Is there a
So,
difference?
it doesn't take a lot of your time.
Okay. So, is there a difference between live launching and evergreen when it comes to committing time to create such a course?
Yes. So, typically, if you're going to live launch, then you typically have a set time, because if you're going to do a live launch and you're going to actually have people participate, which I assume you would, then you would have a specific time every single week or every day, whatever, however you decide to set up the course. And those people are going to meet you at that specific time. If you do it evergreen, you can do it at 12 midnight or, 5 o'clock in the morning. You can do it on your own time because you don't have anybody who needs to be in the audience with you. So again, great question, because you've got to decide which way you want to go.
Okay. And when it comes to money, people also want to know how much money they can make with online courses. What's the money really look like? What are your clients making?
Yeah,
So,
love it.
how long does it take to really scale and do the like 500K, 1 million? When are we at this 1 million mark?
Yeah. Well, let me be totally transparent. I haven't gotten any clients yet to that 1 million mark. So I want to make sure I never want to overpromise or say something that's inaccurate. But six figures, yes, for sure. And when we're looking at the money, so let's just keep it all the way simple. Most of my clients are charging about $997, between $497 to $997 for their courses. So all I really have to do is help them sell 8 courses a month, and we got them to a 6-figure income. And this is passive. There's 2.5 billion people just on Facebook. I just got to help my clients sell 8 a month. So that's what the money looks like. So if you want to get to 100,000, sell about 8 courses, you should be able to do that pretty easily at 497 or 997. So that's what it looks like. So for my clients, we just did a launch with my client Emmanuel. He is on his launch. He made about, and that's going to be reoccurring income. So again, you can do the math. 5,500 times 12 months, boom, that's already, great money. Another one of my clients, Chanel, she did an Airbnb course. I think she did 50,000 last year. So the money is there. And if you want to do a $10,000 launch, it's definitely doable. We've definitely had clients doing that as well. So that's what the money looks like. Like, to get to the 6-figure mark, you can definitely do that with courses. I've done it. My other clients are, climbing the ladder. So I'm excited. I'm really excited. And if you're looking to make 6 figures or looking to make some additional, even to, get into the stock market or get into crypto or, even buy a rental property. So these are the things we can do by creating online courses.
Thank you. So now I would like to switch gears a little bit because as online creators, we're also the face of our company. I would like to know from you, what does a strong personal brand mean? Especially when it comes to running a digital business, of being a digital CEO. Who sells these online products and services? How can they best shine and be a strong personal brand?
Yeah, that's a great question. So, to be a strong personal brand, I think it needs to be very clear what you do and who you serve and what results you can get people. So, to me, it needs to be very clear. So, I know when it comes to branding, people get into like colors and fonts and all these wonderful things, which is fun, but really, we need to clearly understand, what do you do? Am I your right client? And what result you can get from me? So, that to me is what branding is all about. Strategic branding that really wins and really connects with clients. I think you need to be really clear in your messaging.
All right. And when it comes to you, there is so much competition out there with what you
Yeah.
are doing as an online creator coach, right? So
Yes.
what is the singular thing that sets you apart? The singular thing that only you can provide that makes you stick out of the crowd and break through the clutter? Why would people
Ooh.
work with you?
Yes. Well, first and foremost, I really care about my clients. I really want them, like, even on my board and back of me, I'm always figuring out how I can get my clients better results. So it's not just about, bringing in money for me. I'm like, how can I help them make money too? So I really care about that. And I take time with each one of my clients if I'm coaching them. I am literally looking at all their videos. I'm looking at outline. Nobody takes that type of detailed time, but I do, because when I was creating my first course, nobody did it for me either. And I really feel like if I had a coach that really would have walked me through every step, I would have gotten off so much faster and made so much more money. But I had to go look at this person's course and then get this person, and and it was a slow process for me. I am very detailed on just looking at all of my client stuff, critiquing it, giving them ideas, and then, keeping them accountable to the goals as well. So that differentiates me, and also that I help people with marketing. A lot of people will show you how to create a course. I want to show you how to create a course that sells. In order to do that, you need the secret sauce, which is how do you market effectively. And that's what I also do, is help people market it. Like, great, you have a course, but if nobody's buying it, it's great to start seeing that money coming in. And even if you're like, hey, Angelic, I don't care about the money, you still want to make impact. Only way to make impact is for people to actually buy your course. So that's what differentiates me. I care, and I'm going to help you market it.
Great. And do you have any helpful advice on how we can strengthen our personal brand as a digital CEO to make an impact, to be our best? Do you have like 3 ingredients that we have to have?
The 3 ingredients for branding, again, I think it just goes right back to the same, for me, the basics. When it comes to branding, it really is, what result can you get me to? I think that is the most, because if I just need to know, because if I am a consumer and I don't understand what result you can get me to, I'm going to move to the next person. But if I know exactly what the result is that you can provide, I can decide yay or nay. Yes, you're for me or not. But if I'm confused, I just move on without knowing. And maybe you could have been the perfect person for me, but I didn't quite understand what you could do for me. What can you do for me? It's all about me, right? When you're a consumer. So it really is, when you're figuring out your branding, really be clear on, this is the result I can get you, and this is who I serve.
All right. Actually, so the result, then who I serve, and the third point, is there any other point that you would like to suggest?
Let's see. So who I serve, what results I can get you. And I think also, when it comes to branding, being, and I said this earlier, being authentically you, so people can identify you and see themselves in you, so that they can see you were here and you were able to get here, and they're willing to follow you because they're like, oh, she's been where I'm at and she's on the other side. Like, I think that's why people work with me, because they're like, wow, she was in corporate America and now she's out. I want that too. So let me follow her. Let me connect with her, because that's the result I want to have.
Great. Thank you so much, Angelic. All right, we are almost at the end of our show, and I would like to ask you some rapid fire terms or words.
Ooh, okay.
Could you give me kind of quick and short answers, something that first comes to your mind? You ready?
Yes.
All right. Online
Yes.
courses,
Moneymaker.
digital SEO,
Freedom.
sales funnel,
Moneymaker again.
women empowerment,
That's the future. That is the future. Get ready. Get ready.
and brands.
Brands. What is the first one? Marketing. That's what I think when I think brands.
Marketing. Okay, good. Angelique, where can listeners find you and can get in touch with you?
Oh, yeah, that would be great. So you can catch me on LinkedIn. I'm at Angelic Marnier. So it's Angelic. And then my last name, Marnier, Marnier. Or catch me on, what else? I'm on, Instagram. There I'm at digital.angelique. You can always find me in my Facebook group, which is Financially Free Female Entrepreneurs.
Okay, we'll put that into the show notes. Thank you so much for being my guest today. It was a pleasure having you here to learn more about how we can package our genius into money-making and profitable e-courses as a digital CEO. Thank you, Angelique.
Yes, thank you, Brigitte. I appreciate you. It's been a phenomenal time. This is just fun to be with you. You have good energy, great smile, and yes, I appreciate you allowing me to be on your platform.
I appreciate you too. Thank you so much.